So 250. So you guys know the story how we started that sellout streak? The old guys probably know, but young people don't. The millennials have no clue. In fact, the millennials probably weren't even born yet. So in 2001, 2000 was my first year, and I'm looking at that sellout streak every day. I'm running stadiums in the football stadium, so I decided, I challenged our fans, like, why don't we start a sellout streak in volleyball? So that was in 2001, and Husker fans have come through, and I was really nervous when we moved to Devaney that we would have a hard time keeping that. And now it's almost, and Coach Osborne, I only wanted 6,000 seats in Devaney. He made it 8,000, and I was worried, like, okay, there's no way we're going to keep this. And now maybe we should have made it bigger. So our fans are awesome, and that's an impressive streak. Nothing else in women's sports in the NCAA comes even close in any sport, anytime, anywhere. So there's no place like Nebraska on that. Got Penn State, Rutgers. Got to get better this week.
In the past, what have you done to develop an aggressive attacking mindset on teams where maybe it's not there?
We drill it in practice. We train it in practice. We compete. We don't get them. They don't get out of the drill until they find a way out. But the problem has been the last pretty much 3 weeks with our schedule. We've had very few training days where we could train hard because I've just been trying to maintain them and keep them fresh for matches. And after I watched the video against Illinois, I mean, it was a great match. Illinois played great, but they're coming off 3 home matches and we're coming off 4 road matches in 10 days. So I think there was a little fatigue with us. And that's the fluke of the Big Ten schedule. There's a lot of advantages and disadvantages depending on what schedule you have. And so it's been really hard to train. We'll get a chance to train some this week and work on that.
What do you want to focus on training this week?
I have a list, 2 pages. So we don't have enough time here.
What's at the top of the list?
Probably the top of the list would be doing what we're trained to do, and there's a lot of areas. And again, maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's stress, maybe it's who we're playing, but we're not doing things that we're trained to do. So we're not trusting our training, and so we've got to go back to that. And part of that is I learned, since we're doing history today. So a lot of coaches think toward the end of the season, you just go in and tune them up and play. But we work on fundamentals every day, and I learned that lesson when I was here as an assistant, watching Coach Osborne and the football team train. Every day they're working on footwork, fundamentals, movement. They break it down every day. Every day we break down our fundamentals. And then when I was at Wisconsin, I took a team to Russia, our first international trip to Russia, and over the course of this, we started off playing great, and then toward the end we were awful. And because we weren't training fundamentals every day. And so part of the problem, we try to do it every day, but when you lose training time and you're just trying to survive competing with your schedule, you lose some of that fundamentals. And so we got to go back to fundamentals.
Is it hard to balance pushing them in practice physically and mentally, yet still having them fresh for the games when they come
I lay awake at night trying to decide how hard to push, what to do, how hard to train, how hard to push somebody, and challenge them in practice, how hard to push the team. It's such a delicate balance, and you're just always, it's just a really hard balance to know. So I talk to our captains, I talk to our strength coach, I go with what my gut says, I look at what we've done the last 3-4 years, I look back at our practices, what we did, how we did, and so there's a real art to that.
Pushing their buttons, not just physically, but maybe mentally, as in, should I get more tough love here? Do I need to build their confidence? Do you battle with that as well?
Always, yeah. And we're constantly talking about that, how to do better, and how to work at that. And each week's a new challenge, depending on how the week before went. Whether you win or lose, each week's a new challenge, and you got to kind of fix things and maintain things and figure out how to get better.
John, what's it going to take to pull them out of this funk? Maybe funk's not even fair to say because of the competition you've played. But
Yeah.
What's it going to take
I just think a big win. You know, we got to win, and that winning fixes a lot of things. I mean, look at our football team. It's just a whole different vibe after they've won a couple games now. Just being around them. I was down there at practice this morning a little bit. I mean, it's just a whole different vibe, and winning fixes a lot of things. Losing puts a lot of doubt. But this group needs to be resilient. They need to be tough. They're going to have to push through this, and so it's a great challenge. And so I'm personally looking forward to the challenge. We haven't had this challenge in the last 3 years. I mean, we've been trying not to screw up losing a Big Ten championship, and now this is a new territory for especially our seniors. And so I'm excited for this challenge and how to get this team to learn how to win close games, because we've been in every match. We're still the best defensive team in the conference. We got to make better decisions at critical times, and that comes from experience. It's youth. It's a lot of new people out there and new situations, and we've been playing a very tough schedule. I mean, we're playing Final Four matches. I mean, Illinois was a Final Four level match. Last week was. I mean, it's pretty impressive in how hard we've had to play and the level of play.
Coach, for players who basically won their entire athletic careers, how are they handling this 15-day period where they see defeat so many times?
I don't know. We'll find out this week how they come in. You know, I think Michaela and Kenzie are, you know, they're tough, and I mean, they get it, and you know, I think they're willing. They want to work, and they want to, you know, get this team going in the right direction, and we got to get some other people to help them.
Which players do you look to sort of bring that intensity and that toughness to this team?
Well, Michaela and Kenzie, obviously. Lauren is somebody else that's starting to emerge and show some leadership, which is great. Nicklin's it's got to be her team, and she's learning how to do that as a freshman. That's why it's so hard to be a freshman at this level. Because she's got all these other things going on, but it's got to be her team, and she's got to run the show out there. And we'd like to see, you know, Lexi and Jazz step up more. But you know, it's a new role for Jazz, and it's a new role for Lexi. And you know, if we get all those three guys playing well, we're a scary team. But we got to get them all playing well on the same night. And that's what we're searching for right now.
Is there a difference you notice between Jazz's approach this year compared to last year?
No, we've looked at it. So it's all the same.
She's hit the same kind of shots this year as she did last year?
Well, you're asked about her approach to hit? Is that what you're...
I guess her approach to playing.
Oh, approach to playing. Yeah, I mean, Jazz is Jazz. So, you know, she's working hard. She's trying to get better. There hasn't been a day I didn't think she was coming in there to get better. So sometimes players just, you know, again, part of it is the connection with Nicklin. Part of it is she's, you know, has struggled, so she's got to learn how to pull through that. The reality is she wasn't that good this time last year either. She just got good at the end and had a great NCAA tournament. Look at her stats last year this time. They're pretty close. She was a little bit higher last year.
John, how's Penn State playing?
And her blocking stats are double what they were last year. So she's improved 100% in her blocking, in our efficiency and blocks per game. She was .39 this time last year, blocks per game. She's at .9 now. For a right side, that's really good. And then our efficiency, she's probably our best efficiency-wise efficiency blocker, her and Lauren. Yeah.
How is Penn State playing coming in?
They just lost to Purdue, first time 1982, so you have to ask Russ. I'm sure he'll give you an answer. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't got to Penn State yet. Still working on us.
You often said one of Kelly's best attributes last year was keeping the team loose in intense moments. Is there anybody on the team who can keep the team loose and not have them so intense?
There's nobody like Kelly, but they have their ways that they take care of that, and they have a plan what they do and how they interact, and so I think they've been doing a great job in that. So because it could, when you're under that much stress, negative things can come out, but they've been doing a really good job with that. It's just we got to find a way to win some big points. And, you know, if you look at the Illinois match, we have 2 balls right on the back line. We get a bad call, you know, a replay call on a huge point that we earn. We're right there. We make a big comeback game 4. We serve in the net and make 2 hitting errors. I mean, it's just those are the kind of things that you're not going to be good teams doing that. You've got to learn how to take it from them, and we're not at that point mindset-wise. Now, can we get there? Heck yeah.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, guys.